Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm going to show you on how to knit a pullover sweater. So let's get into it. I am using some of this beautiful Karen yarn. I absolutely love it. It's really soft, and I'm going to also be using my 8mm knitting sticks and also my 7.5 circular knitting sticks. You're going to start off by making your loop and you're going to place it on your knitting stick. Once you've done that, we are going to cast on 64 stitches. Usually I would only be about 38 to 40, but I'm using larger needles with smaller yarn. Now that I've casted on my 64 stitches, I'm going to be doing the knit stitch and I'm going to knit the first row. The reason why I'm doing this is because the yarn is a bit slippery and I just want some more work to work with before I start doing my next row. So once I've done that, I'm going to turn my work over and I'm going to start to do my knit one, purl one. I start off with making a purl, but it doesn't matter. You can start off with doing a knit stitch and then go into a purl stitch so that we're following the knit one, purl one pattern. I'm going to poke my knitting stick through and then push it back and off the stick. And then once I've done that row, I'm also going to continue with that pattern. So I'm going to continue doing my purl one, knit one, or my knit one, purl one, whichever one you had first. And I'm going to continue doing my knit one, purl one for 6 rows. So after my 6 rows, then I'll show you what's next. After I'm done my 6 rows, I'm going to then do my knit stitch. So I'm going to just do the regular knit stitch for my first row here, or my first row for the sweater without the border. And after I've done my first row, I'm going to turn my work over again and you'll realize that everything is purls. And the reason why is because now you would then do the purl stitch. So you do your regular purl stitch like before, but I'm actually going to be knitting all of my rows. So I'm going to turn my yarn to the back and get ready to do my knit stitch. You don't have to do the same as me. You could do purls and then after your purl row, turn your work over and do the knit row, but I'm going to be just doing knit rows. So yes, once you've done your purl row, you would then turn around your work, do your knit row, and continue like that. Once I've done my first panel, I'm going to show you guys on how to cast off. And now it's time to cast off. You're going to knit 2 stitches, and once you've done that, you're going to carry the first loop over the second loop, and that's how you cast off. You're going to continue doing this for the rest of the row until your panel is fully casted off. Once your whole row is casted off, you're actually going to complete these exact same steps until you have 2 panels, which will be your front and your back panels. We're then going to attach both of these panels together using our crochet hook. I'm using my 5mm crochet hook, and I'm going to weave my crochet hook through both of the panels, wrap the yarn around, and then pull through. So I'm going to go through the second panel, wrap that yarn around my hook, pull through, and then pull through again. And that's how I'm going to attach both of the panels, and even how I'm going to attach the panels on the side. Then I'm going to wrap the yarn around my crochet hook and pull through one, and then I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to snip that yarn off and pull it through, and that's going to secure it. Now I'm going to repeat that for the other side, and once both sides are done, you'll have that hole for your neck area. I'm going to show you how to make the sleeves. You want enough area for your sleeve hole. Then we're going to attach the sides, making sure that we're leaving that opening for our sleeve hole. And using the same method that we used to close off the shoulder area of our pullover sweater, I'm going to do that to attach the sides of this sweater as well. And after I've attached the sides, I will show you guys the next steps, but keep working your way up until you hit that point where you had the opening for your sleeve area. And once I am done, I will wrap the yarn around my hook, pull through, and then grab my scissors and snip the yarn off. And then you will see how nice it is, you're finished, and you still have that opening for your arm area. Let's cast on the sleeve area. So with my 7.5 knitting sticks, I'm going to poke my needle through the bottom of the sleeve, wrap that yarn around, pull through. So there's not really any like stitches to really maneuver here through. You're kind of eyeballing, so you want to make sure that you're close enough but not too close enough, because you don't want the stitches to wiggle. But you want to cast on enough stitches so that your sleeve area looks full and it's not too tight or too loose. And once you have casted on all those stitches, I'm just tying together the end string of my pieces here, and then I'm going to just do regular knit stitches. When you are knitting in the round, you don't have to do purls unless you actually want to, but I'm going to only do knit stitches every single row, so no more purls, and the reason being is just because I don't feel like doing it. So I'm just going to continue doing my knit stitches until my sleeve is very long. Now from the bottom of my sleeve, I'm going to start to do my knit one, purl one. So you're just going to go in and do that, and this is creating the border before we cast off. Just make sure that you're doing this at the kind of bottom area of your sleeve. You don't want it to be visible when you're making all of these changes at the top of your sleeve. I'm going to continue my knit one, purl one for 6 rows, just like we did with the other borders, and once I'm done, it's time to cast off, and just like before, we're going to knit 2 stitches, then pull the first loop over the second loop in order to cast off. And now your piece should be looking similar like this, and then you're going to repeat those exact same steps and do the other sleeve area. But first I'm going to show you how to cast on the neck area, and what you're going to do is face the back of your work and poke your knitting stick through the middle of your back piece. Once you've done that, you're going to grab your yarn, wrap it around your knitting hook, and pull through, and you're going to cast on just like we did for the sleeve area. Once you have continued to cast on some of your stitches, you want to make sure that they are even numbers and not too close together. Once you've cast it on, we're going to do our knit stitch, then bring that yarn forward and we're going to do our purl stitch. And once we're done that, we're going to continue that for, again, 6 rows. So continue to do your knit one, purl one for 6 rows, and then it will be time to cast off. And just like that, you've knitted your own pullover sweater. I absolutely love my freehand pattern that I made here, and this is like my go-to way of knitting, so I'm happy to share it with you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to tie in those loose strings, and I'll catch you later. Bye!